everyone and welcome to another episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. My name as always is Jamie Hughes and today I'm going to be running down my 10 most anticipated movies of 2019, although a little spoiler, it may actually include 11 because I couldn't whittle this list down to 10. So this is just my personal list. I'd love to know your list, so let me know those down in those comments below. And another little kind of housekeeping rule here while I'm talking about these movies is that I am going to be talking about the release dates for these films, and I'm going off the release dates for those movies here in the UK, so they may differ wherever you are around the world. So that's enough waffling from me. Let's jump on into it, and in at number 10 it is John Wick Chapter 3, or John Wick Parabellum as it is officially titled. Love the John Wick movies, a big fan of the first movie, still really enjoyed the second. That was what was really nice for me, is that there wasn't a huge quality dip between the second movie and the first movie. It looks like Chapter 3 is going to continue on from the end of Chapter 2, obviously, which is really nice to see. It looks like we're going to jump straight back into the action where John is obviously banned from using all of the Continental services. He's basically on his own. It's John Wick gone rogue, essentially. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to have a little bit of help along the way from Lawrence Fishburne and Ian McShane. And we already know as well that Halle Berry has joined the cast. I'm hoping when we get a trailer that we're going to see John Wick and Halle Berry team up and just be an ass-kicking duo. But yeah, really excited for John Wick Chapter 3. And if you do want to go and check this movie out, it is out on the 17th of May. So in at number 9, it is a little bit of an odd one, but I'm a big wrestling fan, and when I knew this movie was being made, I was very excited, and that is Fighting With My Family. Now, this is a movie that's based on a documentary that happened over here in the UK about 6 or 7 years ago now. And it follows the story of the Knight family. It follows their youngest daughter, Soraya, who is now globally known as the WWE wrestler Paige. And it follows her essentially meteoric rise from the independent circuit here in the UK all the way to like the big leagues of WWE. And it just looks like a really great story. For me, what I'm excited about the most is that there is a wrestling movie that is being released in the mainstream, and you know, it's had a lot of backing. Stephen Merchant directs. The Rock is a producer. He also stars in this movie. Now, I'm apprehensive because from some of the trailers, this movie isn't looking the best. It looks like they've gone down more of a cheesy kind of light-hearted comedy route more than a kind of rooted drama. But you know, I could be wrong. That may be just to be getting butts in seats. But yeah, I'm apprehensive. I'm not sure how good this movie is actually going to be, but I'm still excited for it. That is why it's on my list. And if you want to go and check out Fighting With My Family, it is out on the 1st of March. So in at number 8, it is the live action Lion King movie. I'm very excited for this one. I think I speak for everybody where we all love the Lion King, loved the Lion King as a kid. And I'm just very excited to see what they're going to do with this movie. I hope they take more of a different route with this film. I want to see them take influence from like the live action Jungle Book remake they made a few years ago. I know Jon Favreau directed both of those movies, so hopefully they will. But yeah, it'd be nice to see maybe a few story changes so it's not just essentially a shot-for-shot remake. And yeah, I'm excited. It's the Lion King. It's got a great cast. You've got Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, John Oliver. Your boy James Earl Jones is returning as Mufasa, which is the greatest coup in movie history. And yeah, it's just going to be a whole lot of fun, if nothing else. So if you want to go and check out The Lion King, it is out on the 19th of July. So I did mention I was going to try and sneak 11 movies on this list, and here it is. I've maybe gone down the same path here. I've got 2 sequels and 2 kind of horror comedies together. So in at number 7, it is Happy Death Day to You and Zombieland 2. Now, both of these movies, both of the originals of these movies just took me by surprise. I loved them both. They're just both fun, over-the-top horror comedies, and yeah, they're both great, and I was very excited to see that both of these movies are getting a sequel in 2019. Now, let's talk about Zombieland 2 first, because we don't know too many details about this film just yet. We know that it's going to include a world expansion. We're obviously going to find more survivors. The group that we know, the core group from the first movie, obviously they're going to grow. We're probably going to see more infighting and probably a lot more comedy from Woody Harrelson and Jesse Eisenberg. There are rumours that Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray have signed up for the movie, so I'm just totally on board with that already. But yeah, it just looks like they're taking the premise of Zombieland and just timesing it by 100, which I totally love. And then that bleeds nicely into my next movie, because from the trailers we've seen of Happy Death Day to You, it looks like they're doing exactly the same. They're taking the premise of the first movie and just timesing it by 100. I think a lot more of the characters are involved in kind of replaying time this time. It looks like the killer is several people this time around. And yeah, it just looks like big, over-the-top fun horror comedy. There's nothing else really to say, and both of these movies have got me very, very excited. So if you want to go and check out Happy Death Day to You, then that is out on the 15th of February, and we have to wait a little bit longer for Zombieland 2, as that is out just in time for Halloween on the 11th of October. In at number 6, it is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's 9th movie that he has written and directed. I can't wait for this one. It obviously takes place in Hollywood. The movie's called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, obviously. It takes place, and it's going to be centered around, and it takes place around the time of the Manson family murders. This movie is helmed by Leonardo DiCaprio, and we both know the magic those two can create together. And yeah, there is a little bit of mystery surrounding this film. We don't know too much about it. We've seen a couple of set photos of DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, but not much else has been revealed about this movie. At the time of recording this video, we've not had a trailer for it yet, which is a little bit odd considering that this movie comes out in the summer. But yeah, I kind of love the mystery that's surrounding the mystery of this film, so that is why it's on this list. And as I say, if you do want to go and check out this movie when it is released, it comes out on the 26th of July. In at number 5, it is Joker. Joaquin Phoenix is playing the Crown Prince of Crime himself. Todd Phillips is directing, and it's produced by Martin Scorsese. It looks like this story is going to be based around The Killing Joke, one of my favourite Batman stories, and I'm all in on this movie. I'm so invested. Joaquin Phoenix looks great. Again, we don't know a lot about the story details at this moment in time. We just know it's an origin story, and it does look like it's going to be based on The Killing Joke. And again, I love the mystery around this movie. I cannot wait to when we see a trailer. I can't wait to see more set photos being revealed. I can't wait to see the Joker in his final form. Just so excited for this movie, and if you want to check it out, it's out on the 4th of October. So in at number 4, it is Toy Story 4, the movie I didn't know I wanted until I saw the teaser trailer for it. Now, I understand and I kind of get the criticism that this movie's coming under, that a lot of people think that the end of Toy Story 3 was the perfect end, you know, for the Toy Story franchise, and I understand that, but for me it was more that was the perfect end for Andy's story in the Toy Story universe, I guess. And there is a whole lot of scope and loads of more stories you can tell with the toy characters, and I feel like that's what we're gonna get here. It's Pixar. They know what they're doing. Like, the toys are in very good hands. And it does look like this will be the end of the Toy Story, because we've heard the stories that Tim Allen and Tom Hanks couldn't be like in the same room as anybody else whilst they were recording their final scenes as Woody and Buzz. So I think this one is going to be packed of emotion. Are we going to see one of the toys die? I don't think my fragile little heart could handle that. And yeah, it's Toy Story, innit? Again, like I said about The Lion King, everyone loves The Lion King, everyone loves Toy Story. Whether you are skeptical about this movie or not, we're all still going to rush out and go and see it, and hopefully not cry too much. But if you do want to go and check out Toy Story 4, it is out on the 21st of June. In at number 3, it is Jordan Peele's latest terrifying adventure, Oars. I've missed a trick here. I should have put this in number 5, so it would have tied in if I'd have started singing, I got 5 on it. Gonna kill you, yes I am. I got 5 on it. It's gonna look really weird if no one's seen the trailer for this now, innit? But it doesn't matter, because Oz looks absolutely incredible. It just looks mind-bendingly trippy. It looks absolutely terrifying. It's got a brilliant cast of Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke heading that up. And yeah, it just looks mind-bendingly wonderful. It looks like he's just taken all of the things that maybe were on the cutting room for Get Out, transferred them over to us, and it just looks phenomenal. So excited for this movie. And if you do want to go and see us in cinemas, then it is out on the 15th of March. So in at number 2, any other year this would have been top of my list, but for one movie. But my second most anticipated movie of the year is Star Wars Episode 9. Just really excited to see where this supposed conclusion of the Skywalker story is going to go. Obviously, a lot of things happened in The Last Jedi, so we are going to get some resolution to them and some explanation to them as well. I do think that J.J. Abrams may pull it back and play this a little bit safe after kind of the divisiveness of The Last Jedi. Now, like most people, I did have a few issues with The Last Jedi, but I think Rian Johnson set forth a lot of plot points in The Last Jedi that will really propel the Star Wars story forward. And yeah, looking forward to this a lot. All of the returning characters are there. We've got some new characters. Obviously, we've got the introduction of Matt Smith in a mysterious role. Kerry Russell's in there as a mysterious role as well. Is she going to be Rey's mum? We don't know. It's just going to be very, very exciting to see this conclusion. Now, we do have a long wait for this movie. It doesn't come out until the 19th of December. We're still very, very excited for Star Wars Episode 9. So I think it's pretty obvious at this point what my most anticipated movie is going to be, and that is obviously Avengers Endgame. I am so excited for this movie. It is an 11-year story building and finally reaching its conclusion. This story and character-rich journey we've been on will come to a head in Endgame. It's going to wrap up a lot of stories. It's also going to sprout off new and wonderful stories at the same time. I am just so excited to see where they go with this. I love the trailer for Endgame. It was just so subdued and scaled back, and I just can't wait to see what's going to happen. Are we going to see an original Avenger die? What new characters are going to come into play? Will they finally defeat that big purple mother lover Thanos? Or will there could be a massive swerve and he could kill everyone. We don't know what's going to happen. Just so excited for this. I think the Russos are going to create an absolute masterpiece. And if you want to go and see Avengers Endgame, which I think everybody is going to, then it is out on the 26th of April. So that is my list. Those are the movies I am looking forward to most seeing this year. Let me know yours, as always, down in those comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and the movies I may have missed out. I'd love to see what you're all excited to go and see. So thank you very much for watching this episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to keep up to date with all the latest movie news and reviews, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the very next episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. Ta-ra!